Samarth, are you able to see the screen that is shared?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can see development written on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And the other side, you can see the board as well. Can you see the board?
Yes,
Or you
ma'am.
can... Okay. So we start with the first chapter, development. Firstly, what is it when you think of development? What comes to your mind? What is development? I'm not talking in terms of the book, or I'm not talking in terms of national development. Generally, when you speak about development, what comes to your mind?
Progress.
Growth, okay, growth. Someone said progress, okay. What else? Progress would imply, when do you progress? When do you say that I have progressed?
When we do something productive.
Okay, when you're doing something productive, doing something productive, then what else? And when do you say you progressed? Like you have something in mind, you'll achieve it, and you'll say, I have done it, an obstacle race, right? So you will have your goals which you would have achieved. That's when you would say that I have progressed. No, otherwise, progress means moving further, doing better than what you are. Okay. Now, Samarth, if there's anything that you want to contribute, you can say. Say what comes to your mind when you think about progress and development. You can. Okay, fine. You're able to see the board now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Later I'll ask you something. Okay, now you can't think of anything. Later I'll ask you. Okay. So what are the topics that we would be covering? Overview. What development promises? Okay. What development promises different people, different goals. Then we'll speak about income and other goals. Then about national development. How to compare different countries or states in terms of development. Income and other criteria, public facilities, and sustainability of development. Jasleen, could you keep your video on so there's better interaction?
Ma'am, my video is on.
Okay, I couldn't see you. Fine. Is there anything you would like to contribute to what we've written on the board in terms of what development is?
Changes.
Okay, changes. Changes. It means some changes which are for the better, improvements, right? So development is also like if you have a child that's growing into an adult, that's also development. They are growing and they're changing and they're becoming better than what they were. The child couldn't walk, the adult is able to walk. Or a seed turning into a tree. Okay. So what is development? The process in which someone or something grows or changes and becomes more advanced. So what are the... Which one is that? That's one? No. Okay. So what are the key words here? See, they underline. What are the keywords? Growing, changing.
Process,
Yes, yes, Saman.
advance, becomes, changes or grow.
Right. Changing, growing, becoming more advanced. Okay. So you can see over here the child growing into an adult. He's a kid. He starts going to school. He's a college going young person. Then he goes to office. Then he becomes more professional and he builds up a career for himself. So development also means development in terms of economical, environmental, and social. Economic means relating to money and finance. Environmental is your surroundings, and social also would more or less imply the same thing, the society that you live in. Now, development as an idea is complex, interdisciplinary, and related to the democratic political process, because it's the government also that is responsible for undertaking the development of any country. And it is complex, it's not that simple. Now, what development promises? Different people, different goals. What is it? Different people, different goals. Tell me about your goals. What is your goal? Okay, to get 90 plus in your boards. Same. You can talk about, not all goals is same. You all can talk about even your long-term goals. Getting 90% is a short-term goal. So you would have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Going ahead, maybe 5, 7, 10 years down the line. What is it that you all want to do?
Study abroad.
Study abroad. Correct. So she wants to study abroad. Then who else?
Crack UPSC.
Huh?
Crack UPSC exam.
Crack UPSC. Then yours. Something at least that you would be interested in, no? What? Be louder.
Admission in a college.
Okay, fine. So for you, the
Green college.
huh?
Green college.
Dream college. Okay. Which is your dream college? Any one in mind?
Something out of where some college in
Mumbai. Where is it? Okay, don't tell others. Everyone will come here. Okay, what about you? Okay, so you want to continue studying, right? Continue with your education. So education is priority for you. Yours? IIT maybe. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Okay, you?
Same, I want to crack JEE.
Crack JEE. So crack UPSC JEE. IIT. Again, not maybe, no? Okay. Fine. So now, how many of you are here? Some of you didn't tell, right? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got.
7.
Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm to IIT. That is twice.
Okay, okay. Haan. You didn't tell, na? Haan, tell both of you. Okay, Okay, they must be like, chalo, pehle 90% to leke aaye, then we'll think of the next. Okay. What are your interests? Okay.
Goal.
I see one. That is like that. Okay. Yours? Okay, fine. Then we'll consider your goal of scoring 90 plus in boards. So we'll consider that as a goal, still that is a goal and a short-term goal. So what happened now amongst all of you, each one had individual goals. Okay, so different people would have different goals. So here actually this is not aligned properly on the screen. So here we are talking about different people, different goals, where there are two siblings, one brother and sister. So the brother in the city is getting more freedom, okay, to choose what he wants to do, to go what he wants, where he wants to go, or maybe even related to studies and things like that, or job. So the aim of the girl is to get as much freedom as her brother. Okay. Now this point here, can you see what is this? Dam. You can see something at the back that's written, although you can't see it full. See, take some clue from what you can see. What can you see? Development for one may not be something, 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 and destructive for the other. So what are we trying to say with that? We're trying to say that development for one may be destruction for the other. So can you think of the picture there, the dam? In what way would this be development for one and destruction for the other?
Dam is maybe conserving water, but the people who are living in that land have like the life has got disrupted. They have to move out to some other city.
Correct. Exactly.
Maybe they have not the fishing.
Yeah, okay, there might have been some kind of lake or rivers in that area where they were dependent on for their income, and they lost their jobs, they lost their source of income. And also the other point that she said, that there must have been people living there, so they have got displaced, they've lost their houses. Whereas development in terms of a dam is what? Provision of water, right? So it's helpful for irrigation, or what else would a dam be? For electricity. So better electricity facilities for the okay. So what may be development for one may be destruction for the other. So what development promises? Different people, different goal. Okay. And what is development for one may be destruction for the other. Now that line on the top, development promises a real growth by enhancing total income and standard of living of a person. Enhancing means increasing the level of income and improving the standard of living. Standard of living would be your lifestyle. Okay. Now this is category of people and what their developmental goals would be. Okay. So a landless rural laborer, what would he want? More days of work, better wages, local school is able to provide quality education, that he will want that there is no social discrimination, and they also can become leaders, okay, in their village. Prosperous farmer from Punjab, what will he want? He wants regular income, higher support prices for their crops. Higher support prices means that the crops that they sell, they should be able to get more profits out of it. Okay, so either some sort of subsidy while doing his agriculture, so his cost of production goes down, or better prices, whatever. Okay, through hardworking and cheap laborers, because he is a prosperous farmer, so he hires laborers. So he'll obviously want cheap labor so that his cost reduces and he makes maximum profits. Now, also he would want to settle his children abroad. Farmers would depend only on rain for growing crops.
Proper, better irrigation facility.
Better irrigation facilities. What else?
Maybe like the government can help them in providing canals or like the water. Irrigation.
Yeah, okay, irrigation system. So again, the same thing, better irrigation facilities. What else? Anything relating to agriculture he might want. Okay, seeds at lower rates, manure, fertilizers, etc. at better rates. What about a rural woman from a landowning family? What would she want?
That she should get equal wage as a manager, because sometimes women don't get the equal wage as a manager.
Yes, correct. Equality. So she would want that the men are we are doing the same amount of work, the same hours and the same type of work, but still the men are paid better. So she would want that I should also be paid on par with the men. No discrimination. Then urban unemployed youth.
More opportunities for jobs.
More better job opportunities. What else?
Support from their parents or like.
Okay, support from their parents.
Better financial.
Better financial support. What about a boy from a rich urban family? What would he want? Huh?
Maybe get.
He has everything, but he'll always aspire for more.
Maybe study abroad. Or like
Yeah, he would want to study abroad.
Cheap workers.
But a boy, he's a boy. So workers for what? Boy from a rich urban family.
Study abroad.
He might want to go study abroad. He might want to settle down abroad, that I'll study and get a job there and settle down there. So it would be more in terms of taking his career further. Then a girl from a rich urban family is given. She gets
Actually, follow her own dreams.
who?
And that girl who is from
This one urban family, yes. She'll want to follow her dreams because she has everything. So she'll want even more, just like the boy. So she'll want that she gets as much freedom as her brother and is able to decide what she wants to do in life. That image that we saw before, we spoke about it. She is able to pursue her studies abroad, just like the urban boy. He's getting everything over here, so he will want to do something better than what he is actually doing. That's development for him. Adivasi from a Narmada family, Narmada Valley.
Better house.
Huh? Better house.
Better house.
Yeah, okay. Better house, better accommodation facilities. What else?
No social discrimination.
No social discrimination. Okay, because they are Adivasi. Government
Healthcare facilities.
with healthcare facilities, yes, because they are in the Narmada Valley, those facilities might be
Education.
not easily available. Education. Okay, more cleanliness. If the area they are living in is not, then that's what they would want. So here, what did we talk about? Different categories of people having different goals. Forget categories. Even when we spoke about you all would fall in the same category, the same age group, studying. Even you all had different goals. So people from different categories would have even more varied goals. It's the same thing. Okay. Now we speak about income and other goals. Okay. You can see this picture. What can you see? Income, other than income, you can see family, security, friends, learning, equality. Okay, so which means income and other goals, which means income is not the only thing. There are other things also that one needs. So people prefer to earn more income for fulfilling their daily requirements of life. Now, companies provide material things like money, but people also want non-material things like freedom, security, respect. So you have material and non-material, right? The company will provide you with income, but there are other non-material things also that one needs, such as, what are they? Freedom, security, and respect. And there could be so many more things also, right? They would want to spend time with their families. They would want to go on holidays, right? There are so many more aspects. So people also want non-material things like freedom, security, and respect of others. Now, here we talk about two scenarios. There is company one, and there's company two. This company one is offering you a income which is high, okay, security which is low, and company two, income which is not too high, okay, we may not say low but not very high, and security is high. Okay, means here in this company, if you work, you will get a very good pay. You get an excellent package, but there won't be security. Maybe because,
What does that mean?
I'll tell you. Security means you may lose the job anytime. Okay, like maybe because there's so much of competition, you might be given targets, you're not able to achieve, you are replaced. Okay, so that might be one of the reasons for you losing your job in this particular company. Security. Private companies. So in this company, income is high, security is low. Whereas in this company, company two, your income is not very high, but then they are guaranteeing you job security. Okay, you won't lose your job. You'll be there working for many years, like somewhat like a government company. Okay, where your security is better. So which one would you all prefer? Two. Now there are some two, right, Samar?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are some who might prefer even one. Any of you who would prefer one? Some of them, you know, the logic that they use, like when I was interacting with students, it was like, I wouldn't mind this company because at least when I'm earning very well. If I lose my job, I will have enough that I would have earned. Okay, that can sustain me. And in the meantime, I'll get another job. Okay, but then again, there's another child who said that what tells me that he will get another job in that much time. So it's again all about.
Even we have saved a lot of money, but inside we feel that we want to do some job, we feel unemployed. So even if we're educated.
I didn't get you. What did you say?
Even if we have like saved a lot of money after working in the company one, and we don't get a job, for example, then also we feel inside that we are educated and then also we are unemployed.
You feel you are unemployed, you are doing nothing, you feel useless. Okay. So here, that's what we said here. Some companies provide less salary but offer regular employment, which enhances sense of security. That was the company B. Okay, the company two, that's where you have more of security. In other cases, some companies provide high salary but offer no job security. They reduce the sense of security. We want security, right? So okay, give us a little less, but let the job be secure. It shouldn't happen that you're not earning. Firstly, because of financial reasons, and secondly, as she's saying, we'll feel we are doing nothing, we are worthless. Now, for development, people look at a mix of goals. So here what we spoke about, a mix of things that we would want. So why are we talking about this? Because we are trying to say that where development is concerned, only money cannot be considered. Only income cannot be considered. We are starting from this individual level. So as an individual, for us, is money only important? No. So in the same way, even for the country, income only cannot be the criteria. You have to consider other aspects as well. So for development, people look at a mix of goals. The developmental goals are not only about better income, but also about other important things in life. Maybe you have a job where you have to travel a lot, for example. Okay, maybe there's a job where you have to stay there, you have to be away from your family. So then in that case, what would you want? Would you want to do that? Again, priorities. Huh? Would you want to do?
Maybe because if someone likes to travel a lot, then it is a good job.
Yeah, if they don't have a problem traveling, fine. Okay, or if they're even if they're living away from their family, they're earning at the same. So it's like certain compromises that they are making in life, and they are seeing their priorities. Someone understood, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Jasleen?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next one. National development. What is national development? It refers to the ability of a nation to improve the standard of living of its citizens. What do we want to do? We want to improve our standard of living. So where national development is concerned, when does it happen? When the standard of living of citizens becomes better. Now, standard of living of citizens depend upon per capita income. What is per capita income?
The income of a per person in a country.
Okay. As of now, we consider it to be later we'll talk about the formula.
Average of every sector's income.
Okay, it is of the country. I will do the formula after this. Okay, but as of now, you can consider the income. Okay, the money that is being earned in a country. Gross domestic product, GDP. It's like the cost of all the finished products. Okay, finished product means like you have a biscuit packet. The biscuit packet that you eat is the finished product. What are the raw materials that go into it? You'll have sugar.
Wheat,
What else?
sugar,
Wheat, sugar. What else?
edible
Maida is
oil.
that wheat. Edible, very good. Someone. Huh? What?
So I said manual, but that goes to kids. I said manual, but that goes to kids.
Some essence also they must be putting in biscuits. What? Who knows where they put any original things? So maybe some kind of essence they must be. So those things are the raw materials, and the actual biscuit packet is the finished product.
So when plastic will be included in that for the packaging.
Yes, package, the plastic also, the packaging also would be a part of it. So when they are considering the GDP, the finished product is taken into consideration. Why the finished product is taken into consideration? If you take raw materials, if you take sugar, wheat, plastic.
And we don't know how much is going in a proper.
No, what will happen is all that will be counted to your packet, no? So there will be duplication. In the biscuit packet itself, there is sugar, this, that, everything. Right? So that's why the finished product is considered in GDP. Then literacy rate. Literacy rate means level of education in that society. Availability of health facilities, etc. these factors are also considered as measures of improvement. So other than income, even all these other aspects are considered as development, as a part of development. Now, different persons could have different as well as conflicting notions of a country's development. However, can all these ideas be considered equally important? Or if there are conflicts, how does one decide? What would be a fair and just path for all? We also have to think whether there is a better way of doing things. And would the idea benefit a large number of people or a small group? That also we have to see, where the country is concerned. If it's benefiting only a few, then we can't call that development. So national development means thinking about all these questions. Okay, see this now. Look at the picture on the right, this picture. What can you see? Tall
Some
buildings
area.
and slums. Correct? So look at the picture on the right. What should be the developmental goals for such an area?
Providing better facilities to the poor, like better houses.
Yeah, providing better houses, better facilities. What else? Hygiene, water supply, education.
Care.
Water also, see, you can see that lining that pot, so which means they don't have water in their houses. Healthcare, education, and all those things. Okay, so it should prioritize more not on making the skyscrapers, but instead building. Probably they could build some not too expensive buildings and try to accommodate them somewhere. Maybe they could give them job opportunities. Okay, get a job and you earn also better.
Some better houses.
Sorry?
Some better houses.
Better houses, correct. So because they are living in the slums, so instead of a tall skyscraper built to normal buildings, it would be much better and would benefit them. Now the second one, read the newspaper report and answer the questions that follow. A vessel dumped 500 tons of liquid toxic wastes. Toxic is poisonous waste into open air dumps in a city and in the surrounding sea. This happened in a city called Abidjan in Ivory Coast, a country in Africa. The fumes from the highly toxic waste caused nausea. Nausea is what? Like when you feel like vomiting, okay, that sensation. So it caused nausea, skin rashes, fainting, diarrhea, etc. After a month, 7 persons were dead, 20 in hospital, and 26,000 treated for symptoms of poisoning. Those 26,000 were not seriously ill, but there were some symptoms because of this toxic dumping. Now, a multinational company dealing in petroleum and metals had contracted a local company of the Ivory Coast to dispose the toxic waste from its ship. So the toxic waste was to be disposed of by this company, the local company of the Ivory Coast. But what they had done is they dumped it at a wrong place, which affected people. So now, who are the people who benefited and who did not? Who are the ones who were benefited about this? The
Company benefited.
Correct. The company benefited. It was not the people who gained anything. And what should be the developmental goals for this particular country? What should it be?
Management of waste of toxic.
Very good. Management of waste. Where they are going to, how they are going to, proper disposal of waste. So waste management needs to be their priority because that's what they are not doing and it's harming the entire population. what can be some of the developmental goals for your town or locality? So for Mumbai, what would you think?
Better roads, no potholes.
Okay, wait, I'll write because I know there will be many. Okay, so first is
Better roads, no potholes.
better roads.
Clean surroundings.
Huh?
Clean
Clean
Surround-
surroundings. Correct. Very clean surroundings.
And protection of natural resources.
Very good. Protection of
Natural resources.
natural resources. That's what's happening now, no? All our hills are also being broken. Then what else?
Clean streets. Okay. Ground.
Clean surroundings, that will come under clean surroundings. So that includes streets.
And I guess better houses for the poor people.
That. Yeah. Slums we don't. We have slums in our.
And like here,
Yes,
ma'am.
You have that ground over there. So then,
But they are homeless.
so that only, why should they be over there in that ground? Because they are homeless, so we have to give them homes. That way. Or jobs.
Jobs.
And so, I'll write jobs and also homes for the weaker section. Huh? Okay. So these are the things that we need to focus on where our Navi Mumbai. Anything else that you all can think of?
Water supply.
Yeah.
Water supply.
Nowadays, water supply. Now they even talking about an electricity cut, you all know,
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
The load shedding thing. I think it's not started in Khalkar yet.
I think it's going to start.
There's one big list and dates and timings given. So even all that, that's going to start. Load shedding. So electricity also will include. Although we are not facing that problem now, that might start soon, and I hope it doesn't. So water, water definitely yes. Okay, now how do you compare different countries or states? How do you compare the development of different countries or states on the basis of per capita income? Now, per capita income, how will you consider? Now, you are a class of say 10 students. Okay, we do the total of all you 10. There might be another class where there are 5 members. So that would be, we cannot just do a sum of all the incomes. So that's why the formula is total income of the area divided by population, because the population from one country to another country is different. And per capita income of a country shows the standard of living of the people living in that particular area. Per capita income is higher, it means the standard, it is assumed that the standard of living is better. Okay, a country with higher per capita income is more developed than the others with less income. Now you see this. What did we say? A country which is having a higher per capita income
Is more developed.
is more developed. But now we come to the thought process that the country with higher per capita income, is that actually more developed? So here we talk about two different countries. Country A and country B, and we are going to assume that there are only 5 members, okay, 5 people in that country. Country A, do the average. Okay. Country A, 9,500, 10,500.
40,000.
Average, not the total. How? He calculated wrong. You calculate yourself.
Ma'am, but we can see, I think it is more in B.
Okay, I'll tell you. The average works out to 10,000. Okay, it is 10,000 here also, and it is 10,000 for country B also. Okay, you all want to calculate? Do it if you all want to be sure. Do it. How will you do? You'll do a total of all divided by 5. Do it. Lazy people do. One of you. No one's ready to do it. Do it.
Our country is 10,000.
How you calculated? How did you get it?
20,000. And 3 and 5 is also 20,000. 4 is 10,000.
So that is. Let them do others. They'll stop doing. Please, she stop. Do it. Do it. Do for one.
B is also 10,000. 2,000 plus 48,000.
Then you all are counting. Why you all writing the zeros also? You all can just take the actual numbers, no? Then you all writing and then cutting between lines.
Yes, ma'am, we are same.
So all you had to do was take this, no, 95 and this 10598 and left the zeros out. Anyway, so the total works out to 50,000 and averages. Even for the lower one, 48 is here, 49 and 50. So the average for both country A and country B per capita income is how much? 10. 10,000. This also 10,000. Okay. So ideally, we would say that per capita income, whichever is higher is better, which is lower is not. In this case, both are the same. So both are good. Both are equally developed. But is that so? It is not so. Why? Because in country A is good because all the people are earning an average of 10,000 rupees. Whereas in country B, you can see these 4 people are earning only 500. Whereas this one person is earning 48,000. Would you want to be in a country like that?
No.
No,
Unless
ma'am.
No, unless you are the one who's earning the 48,000. Then you would say, "ठीक है, चलेगा, I'm the one who's earning 48, right?" But would that be fair?
No.
No. So this is known as equitable distribution of income. What is it called? Which means your income has to be equally distributed. And this is also another concept is that of disparity. Disparity of income. Disparity means big differences. I'll finish with this slide and then we close. Differences, right? Country A is earning around 10,000 of an average and country B is earning hardly 500. Here, what can you see? First picture on the top, right hand side. The poor, he is feeding the rich. He himself has nothing to eat. You see how bony or lanky he is. And he is feeding the rich. So this is disparity. Here in this picture, what can you see? Children. Here these children are enjoying. They have their individual plates. They have a lot of food in front of them. They have good clothes to wear, fancy caps and all. Whereas what about these children? They're poor. They don't have food. That also is kept on a newspaper and they're sharing and eating that food.
No clothes.
No clothes to wear. So this is known as disparity, which if it happens is not development in the true sense of the term. Okay. That was that R then?
Yes, ma'am.
15 is it?
5:15.
Okay, chalo, we'll continue in the next class. Okay, Samarth and Jasleen, we'll end class. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, before we have our next class, just revise, go through everything that we've done today.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Ma'am, it's your to be next.
Ma'am, there are two.
It's mine only. Okay, wait, don't go. It's mine only, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Acha.
4:15 to 6:30. Yes, ma'am.
You want to take a break of 5 minutes? No?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll also take. Okay, we'll take a break of 5 minutes and get back.
Okay, ma'am.